should they come down during hurricane season?
Why?
Almost every weekend during festival season, there's something going
Just
on.
monitor the weather, baby.
Wait,
So there's a lot of people want to get Airbnbs nowadays, but they're not doing any research on the neighborhood.
Yeah, Frenchman Street. If you like live bands, if you like music, bar hopping, great bar crawls, all down Frenchman Street.
what's up YouTube? It's your girl Jennifer A, also known as the Squirrely Traveler, and my goal is to start a new series on my channel called Ask a Local. So for this series, I decided to start it off with my hometown of New Orleans, Louisiana, and I got a couple of locals with me. So if y'all want to introduce yourself.
Starting with me first?
Yeah, start with
My
you.
name's Arthur.
What up, man? Y'all know me as Be Nice.
How y'all doing? I'm Javon.
And their social media will be on the screen, so you can go ahead and follow them. But I'm going to ask them the questions that you guys have either posted in the travel groups or that you guys have asked me, or something that I've just seen people always ask about New Orleans. So we're going to answer everything for y'all. All right, y'all ready?
Ready, let's get it.
All right. So first things first, we're going to start off with the simple things that people need to know about New Orleans. And that's basically, how do you guys say the city name?
New Orleans.
Say
New Orleans.
Okay. And do you say NOLA?
Well, it depends. It
Yeah.
depends. It depends. We've been starting to use it a lot more lately, just
Out of town.
out of town, or you can say NOLA, because some restaurants now have NOLA in it. So,
If I'm texting or something, I'll say NOLA, or somebody's like, first time here, I'll say welcome to NOLA instead of just dragging the whole name up.
but we don't say Nolans.
No,
I hate that.
they don't say that.
N-A-W.
Either New Orleans or the N.O.
Okay, I'm glad y'all brought up the point about New Orleans because I'm so sick of hearing
Yeah,
that. They're
no,
like,
nobody-
y'all don't say that?
Nobody
No.
says New Orleans.
We don't.
Nobody says New Orleans.
Not at all.
Hey, welcome to New Orleans.
Right? And we got that out the way. Let's get into the actual questions you're going to need to know about your trip. So what would you guys say are the minimum and the maximum days that people would need to come to New Orleans to get the full New Orleans experience?
We get a good 3-4 days.
I say 4. 4 is, if you start on Thursday, leave on Sunday,
Yeah.
That's
you'll be
perfect.
all right.
That was my, Thursday
And-
through Sunday.
So no weekday, because you know they think we party every single day of the week.
No.
I mean, that's Taco Tuesday, but what you gonna do Wednesday? So I don't. I would start Thursday through Sunday.
And
All right.
I'd rather
Yeah.
folks come during no events. Come on like just a regular Thursday through Sunday. If you want
Yeah,
to experience
right.
New Orleans.
Right.
Now, if you want to come experience New Orleans through an event, you're not going to experience the city.
Right,
You're
right,
just going
right.
to experience everybody and their mama in town enjoying
And which
the
confuses a
festival.
lot of people because they think that's
Yeah, they think
always
it's
normal.
always-
It's
Right,
not.
because it doesn't always pop like that.
And I guess that leads into the next question. Like, what would you say is the best time to come? And I know you said come during a regular time, but if they want to come for the events and the festivals, what festival would you say?
Festival season, period. I mean, it's springtime going to the summertime, so the weather's typically nice.
Mhm.
And it's almost every weekend during festival season, there's something going on, so you really can't go wrong during that time, though.
Right.
I would say French Quarter Fest.
French Quarter
That's
Fest.
the best time to come because you get an experience of the full culture of New Orleans, plus a little added bonus. French Quarter Fest doesn't distract you from the city; it enhances the city.
Right.
Yeah,
That and a Jazz Fest.
Yeah.
yeah.
Jazz Fest
Fest too.
bring more out of just more of that Cajun country as far as like the eating and it kind of takes away from downtown too. So nothing's not all in the city. It's all right in that one area, so you can get out and still go and experience the city for what it is. Versus like French Quarter Fest, it's the same thing too. But French Quarter Fest is grew now. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
folks all over the world
Oh,
starting to
yeah.
come down.
So French
just
Quarter
for-
Fest is one of my favorites. I like to call
Yeah,
it
but I
Spring
like
Mardi
French
Gras because
Quarter
it just
Fest.
reminds me kind of that Mardi Gras feel.
Yes.
Especially
Yeah.
like you said, it's growing so much and more people starting to come in the city for it. So
Now Mardi Gras for the city.
That sounds like nobody mentioned Mardi Gras. Like,
I mean, it's fun. Of course, it's fun, but you're going. It's so much. It's so
It's
much.
too much.
It's so much.
and what about Essence? Because that's what everybody wants to come down. Girls Trip, you know, Essence Festival. People go crazy over that.
Essence Fest is cool. I mean, being on the nightlife side of it, like Essence is like really a great event to come down here for. But like I said, it's going to distract you from what the city has to offer.
Right,
You're going
right,
to see
right.
what Essence Fest has to offer in New Orleans.
Right.
So you're really not going to get a New Orleans girls trip out of that.
Right.
It's just going to be whatever Essence lays
The
out in front
beautified
of
New Orleans, like
Right.
you're getting New Orleans on its best behavior.
you. Right.
Something that you're not gonna see on a regular Tuesday. Got it.
Right.
All right. So another question somebody had about when to come down is, should they come down during hurricane season?
Why? We don't want to be here for hurricane season.
Yes, like
Why would you come down for hurricane
We
season?
already
had her
doing things to
trip planned.
prepare.
right. She had a
ourselves.
trip planned and she was just like, I know it's hurricane season. Should I come? Me personally, I just say it's the luck of the draw. Like you might come down.
Avoid it.
Yeah, and then the next day you might be leaving.
All I can tell you is monitor
Pay attention
the
to the
weather.
weather.
Right.
That's it.
Like
Pay
me,
attention to
because
the
my
weather.
weather is on no notification standby.
24/7.
Of anything, they got.
Just
We
stay
don't
alert.
have any crystal ball that we like. No, that second week of August, don't go anywhere.
Don't, right,
no.
right.
Hurricane is coming.
Right.
And hurricane season starts in June and goes all the way to November, so you just don't know. Like she said, it's just a roll of the dice. You don't know what you're
Yeah.
gonna get.
When the little flashing things come on the news channel, that's when we know a hurricane is coming. Then we're like, man, let's get ready. But we don't know like in advance. So come if you want to.
Just monitor the weather, baby.
Play your
Just
cards
pay
right.
attention to the weather.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody knows New Orleans is murder capital, and everybody always asks this question, like, what's the areas you would recommend people to stay in, and what areas do you recommend them to avoid at all costs?
Well, to be honest with you,
Gentrification
Yes.
is changing where you should go and not go at this point. So it's like it's kind of weird. But
It's
to
kinda
avoid
funny, yeah.
getting shot all together, stay at homes.
because I was about to say not to scare y'all from not coming.
No.
We want y'all to come, but baby,
Nah, like to be honest, downtown, anywhere downtown close to Harris Casino, because they're not gonna shoot the casino.
No.
So stay closer to that area, downtown areas, uptown areas, depending on. But just stay out of areas that you hear in movies or in rap songs.
Right.
How about that?
And another thing I noticed, a lot of people want to get Airbnbs nowadays, but they're not doing any research on the neighborhood.
Yes.
So
Yes.
they get an Airbnb somewhere in the hood that I probably wouldn't even go. And
Yeah.
then when they have a problem, they want to, complain about it. But I would say do your research before you just book something and say I'm coming to New Orleans.
and stop wanting to go on a night walk.
Please.
And everybody's not from a ward.
And
Let's
everybody's
address
not
that,
from a ward.
okay? Stop asking us if we're from Ninth Ward. Like, New Orleans has so many other neighborhoods, suburbs, and everything. Like, everybody's not from a ward. So,
Not taking nothing away from.
yeah, some people are from wards, just not everybody.
Overnight, it's nothing impressive to go down there too. They already rebuilt it. It's over.
Say no to Airbnbs. Say yes to hotels. Stay in the hotels downtown. You'll be all right.
And Kenner is not downtown. Let's
No.
Metairie.
There's Metairie.
There's Metairie.
Kenna, Gretna, I get all kinds of Marrero. I'm like, why are you staying way out there?
Like when we look at you crazy because the hotels will actually put New Orleans in their name, but when you look at the actual address, if it says Kenner, Metairie, Gretna, you're not going to be in New Orleans. Like
At all.
it's at least 30 minutes away for some places, so you're going to be having that drive every single time you want to go downtown.
Right.
And when you're on vacation, you don't want to spend that much time driving. You want to be
Yes.
right there in the city center. So, I mean, if you go to Kenner, you're going to be
Actually-
by the airport, but not by much else.
And especially if you had a long night of drinking and partying, who want to drive 30 minutes back
Right.
to home?
Yes.
Or pay for the
Downtown.
Uber. I mean, I know Uber is his area. I don't really pay for Ubers,
But
but
Uber from Kenner downtown is gonna be a good $40-50.
yeah. So
No.
I mean, nah, just stay away from it. All right. So what else is there besides Bourbon Street? Because that is a question that everybody always asks.
The
me.
rest of the world, like,
Right.
the rest of the city is there besides Bourbon
Right.
Street.
Oh my God.
There's so many things to do outside of Bourbon Street. If you came down here just to specifically drink and eat, then you still don't have to go to Bourbon. There's all of Canal, there's all of Poydras, there's all of St. Charles, Magazine Street. There's so many different places where you could go that has nothing to do with Bourbon
You
Street.
can go further down Decatur Street.
Go down Frenchman,
Yeah, Frenchman
yeah.
Street.
So
That's
where are
where
these
it's-
streets y'all are naming? I know where they are.
They're in the French Quarter.
Okay, just so everybody knows, the streets they're naming are all in the same area.
They're
But-
in the same area.
It's not Bourbon Street.
It's not Bourbon Street.
That's what we have to clarify. There's other streets in the French Quarter that you can go to and you have a good time and go experience stuff.
Especially Frenchman Street. If you like live bands, if you like music, bar hopping,
Especially Frenchman
great
Street.
bar crawls, all down Frenchman Street. Perfect place.
So what are some things, like if they actually had to create a list and they're trying to, create their itinerary, what are some places that you could name that they have to see in order to get that New Orleans experience?
I would put Frenchman at the top of my list.
Top? Okay. And you said there's bar hopping on Frenchman.
There's food. There's everything on Frenchman.
Louis Armstrong used to have a lot of performances every weekend. Actually, they stopped. I think they're about to start back doing it. So if you like that live performance too, you can go out there and see that. Like I said, Frenchman Street.
And there's BB King Restaurant on Decatur Street.
Yeah.
It's live music, great food.
That's a live poetry. If you like poetry, it's a live poetry on I want to say Decatur too. It's on Decatur Street on the back end.
Also,
you can go on the boat. There's the little
The
Steamboat.
steamboats.
The
Oh,
steamboat.
steamboats.
The
Yeah.
Creole, the Natchez, Creole
Natchez.
Queens.
Yeah.
they've actually been doing day parties on there too.
Yeah, they have.
Mhm.
Another thing I've been doing with people that have been coming to town lately is taking them. New Orleans got on this wave of rooftops. So I've been taking people up to the rooftop so they can see the city from above and get their pictures in, as everybody likes to do, whatever. But I see a lot of people, they're like, oh my God, I didn't know it was so big, and you can see all the way, way back to the ninth ward as people want to always talk about.
But monkey board, that's one of my favorites now, just because the rooftop is always cool. It's spacious up there. It's not closed in, but it's spacious, and then the food is pretty good too.
And a lot of people don't realize we have things like that.
Yes.
Okay. So these are some things that you guys may not actually do yourself. So just putting that warning out there. But when people come to New Orleans, they have to ask about this. So do you guys know where they can book a swamp tour at?
Decatur.
Yeah.
Right on Decatur Street.
Yeah.
Do you guys go on swamp tours yourself?
No.
Okay.
I've never been on one, but I want to go on one.
You do?
I want to go on an actual fan boat. I don't want to go on the tourist boat. I want to go get on a fan boat and actually go on one.
And if they wanted to book a history tour, like get the good history of New Orleans. I know.
On Decatur
Decatur.
Street.
Yeah. You can actually get on the horses, the carriage rides.
Yeah.
There's a guy in a purple suit. You can't miss him. He's very loud, and he will actually
It's
give you a
right from
They're
tour.
all posted up
Yeah,
right there on
they-
Decatur
Right,
Street.
right.
You will not
Right
miss
in front
it,
of
and
the
they actually
cathedral.
give you a history tour as you're riding on the carriage ride. So that's if you want to get a history while you're going through the French Quarter. And there's also other ones you can go to the
Yeah.
cemeteries and stuff, but
They do walking tours as well, ghost
Yeah.
tours. And you be
The
fascinated at the
sacred
history of
tours.
the building. Like you walk in, it's stuff you pass every day, and when they start talking about the history of it, you be like, wow, I didn't know, that
Yeah.
was even.
Yep.
it's a lot of stuff. All right, so where can they get info on voodoo and priestesses?
You go right in the French Quarter, baby.
Right on Decatur Street.
Right on Decatur Street. Right on
All the way
Frenchman.
down.
Right
It'll
on
be right
Bourbon.
there.
Keyword,
It is-
Decatur Street.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have
Decatur
tours and
Street.
attractions right there.
Right
There's a
there.
little booth right there. You can book everything there.
So y'all know I gotta ask y'all because everybody tends to ask when you from New Orleans. Do y'all do voodoo?
No.
No.
No,
Oh, really?
Never did it.
What?
I don't.
Y'all from New Orleans though? You must have to do voodoo.
I don't have a little room in my attic. where
I've
I
got
can
voodoo
practice.
on. I've never did voodoo.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
At Voodoo Barbecue.
Right.
No.
But people from New Orleans stop asking us if we do voodoo. That's not
No,
just.
That's not right.
Yeah, it's not something that
It's
we
not
just.
Princess and the Frog.
We go to church, okay? Every Sunday.
I'll second line.
Right.
Religiously.
All right. What is the most overrated thing in New Orleans that people should not waste their time on?
Bourbon Street.
No, you have to go to Bourbon Street.
If you've never been, you have to at least. I always say, like we were saying, come Thursday through a Sunday. At least one of those nights, I'll say go down Bourbon, get that out your system, and then
Yeah.
the rest of the time
Right.
spend, do some research into what some of the locals do and get out from downtown and experience the city on that aspect.
Yes. I have a restaurant that I feel like is overrated, but it's always packed.
We're going to get into restaurants. We're going
No matter what.
We're going to get
That's
into
an overrated
restaurants.
experience.
That's
They got a
definitely
couple. They got a
right.
couple of them.
Yes.
When they say Bourbon Street, my personal opinion, I think the Riverwalk is overrated. I think it's nothing to see out there. Like, I mean, yeah, you can go get your souvenirs, but you can go get your souvenirs anywhere.
Yeah.
But like, and then people are like, oh, I want to take a picture near the Riverwalk. The Mississippi River is dirty. Like,
It's definitely true.
it's so dirty. Like, you see this black wall, that's how the river looks. Like, you're not gonna get any, cute Instagram picture that you could post up. It's maybe if you get a steamboat behind you, you can, frame it right, but
You might catch a cruise ship leaving out. That might be
Yeah.
Right.
and then you gotta pay for parking, so I just feel like it's not worth it.
Yeah, paying for parking is what gets a lot of people. They've been investing a lot of money on upgrading the Riverwalk and trying to make it more attractive for people to come down there, but the
Still
parking
gotta
gets
pay.
it.
Parking,
Yeah. And trust me, you have to follow the parking signs in New Orleans. Like, we were just talking about this. They will put a
You have
booth on
to
your
park.
car. What we saying?
ASAP.
ASAP. Like,
If you park in a no parking tow zone, you will get towed. But I can tell you where to go get it at. Go right on Claiborne. Go up 2 blocks, look under the bridge, and see the tow trucks. You can't miss it because
They
they
might have a
sit
little
right
attitude,
there.
but it's alright. It's okay.
Yeah, they're gonna have an attitude.
But you'll get your car back.
But, hey,
But yeah, but
$200.
definitely pay your meters, park in the places you're supposed to. If it says they're gonna tow, don't even park there.
No.
Don't park there because you don't want to pay an extra $90 on your vacation.
200.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
200.
200.
Yeah,
No.
cut the trip real short.
Right. He was like, I'm trying to go home now. All right, so what are the best places to flex for the gram? What place can they go and get that picture?
Harris for one. Masquerade.
They
one
want
of
flex
them.
for the gram?
Yeah.
Go to one of the rooftops for sure.
Yeah, one of the
One of the
rooftops. That's what I was
rooftops.
about to say. Either the Hot 10 on
Hot
St.
10,
Charles,
because you're gonna get the
the
whole
whole city. You get the whole stretch on St. Charles. Go to the Hot 10 or the Monkey Board.
Bourbon Street, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Bourbon Street. Just anywhere.
Well,
Just
street
anything
just-
in the French Quarters, really.
And it did make a big difference.
For
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
of town.
Or find one of the tricentennial signs, the 300 signs.
Yeah, that's been a big hit. Yeah,
that's been a big selfie station.
there's one in City Park on the river, in the French Quarter on Decatur.
Mhm.
The 300 cities about to make 300. Yeah, they're all over. And also, a lot of people I noticed like to get the canal in Bourbon Street in the background. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Oh, and on the streetcar.
oh, you gotta do that.
Everybody.
The red or the green one?
Yeah.
The red
The
one.
red
The red
one.
one.
The red.
Gotta get the
Gotta
red
get the red. The red one.
All right. So what are the best places to party? And then they want to know like where they can go to turn up, and then where they can go to have a lounge. This is.
Well, this is the ace.
Well,
This
starting
part is-
And
at
also,
first-
wait.
Right
Also,
there.
how do they find out about the events? Like if they coming down, like what would they do besides following you on social media?
Hit
Um,
that
the
Eventbrite
biggest
up,
thing
too.
is hit up Eventbrite or check your hashtags. Check your NOLA hashtags, NOLA 300 hashtags, NOLA Nightlife hashtag, New Orleans hashtag. Just check your hashtags. You'll find,
Find
I
a lot
guarantee
of
you'll
stuff on
find
there.
a lot of
Right.
events
Right.
going on in the city. But you said starting with turnips?
Yeah, like if they want to come and turn up, we know Bourbon Street. We got that one. We're good on that one.
Outside from that.
Right.
So on a consistent basis, let's see, starting with Thursdays, there's Playlist Thursday at Bar Culture. There's R&B Thursday at Black Ink New Orleans that just
Just
opened up.
opened up.
Great food there too. Also on Friday, there's Shamrocks on Fridays. There's anything on Frenchman on Fridays. There's always something happening. There's always turn up on Fridays. And you can look for Republic. Republic does things on Fridays too that really turns up. Saturdays, Grab Your Street Social, Masquerade Nightclub are the main two that really happens on a weekly consistent basis. Now you're gonna find events depending on when you come down, what time of the month it is. There's gonna be special events at the Metropolitan, Eiffel, the Holland Wolf. But they're by special equation. But it just depends on what's happening in the city. But on a consistent basis, Grab Your Street Social on Grab Your Street and Masquerade Nightclub on a Saturday night is always spots.
So
to
where's
do.
Masquerade at?
Masquerade is inside of Harris Casino.
Okay,
And
that I
it's
need to
usually
point
free.
that out.
Yeah, right in the middle, you can't miss it. And
And the
then
canal.
Sundays,
He's the direction king over here. Like.
Sundays you can do brunch anywhere in the city, just pretty much. But I've been finding that Morrow's has been a great brunch spot. It's just always packed, but it's been a nice little brunchy feel. Like it's been really good for brunch on Sundays. But that'll be it. Or you catch the Hangover brunch at Eiffel whenever they do theirs once a month. So it's always a great spot to go to turn up.
The hangover brunch is nice.
Yeah,
It is.
but if you're looking for a chill spot, I honestly would go to, if you like hookahs, a Tiki Bar and Grill on Decatur Street.
We're there every day.
Yeah, or you
Religiously.
could go to
Keyword.
Victory Lounge on Barone. Victory is always a nice little chill, go-to relaxing spot.
Yeah.
The drinks are good, the food is good. That's a very, very good spot. And then any other time, you can go to Bar Culture. Bar Culture always has something every day of the week that has something and you just chill. There's also hookahs there. The food is good. And Tuesdays or Wednesdays, you might catch the Oyster Man out front. So it's pretty good.
Really good oysters.
Okay, and what type of oysters? Because that's something we have to
Oh, they gotta
address.
address that too?
Yeah.
Charbroiled oysters?
Yeah.
Not raw.
Oysters, all the
Like not raw. You can find raw in New Orleans, but
Yeah. They're on the grill.
Charbroiled
Seasoned.
oysters
That's
are the
nice.
best.
If you're not
Yeah.
really a seafood person, then we already stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
listening. So seafood people, then yeah, come on and get it. But
all right, and so this was also asked, and I want to address this: black-owned places that you know of, like, and I what's some
Hey,
what's some ones that you would recommend? Anything from bars, food, everything. Like, what's black owned that you would just recommend
Well,
and you feel that needs a shout out?
For food, it's Willie Mays for one. Willie Mays, Wags, of course, that's two. There's a couple of others.
Yeah, it's a couple of them.
Yeah, well,
Chicken and watermelon is really good.
Chicken and watermelon.
Chicken and
Yeah.
watermelon.
And y'all segued into the next question anyway. So let's just get into that.
so we just go bypass. All right.
Right, let's get into that.
Get into it.
All right. Well, before we list the actual names of the places, what are the authentic New Orleans foods that they have to try? Regardless of restaurants, what is something like? What's the list of things that they have to try?
With food in general, everybody can't cook the same type of food. Now, everybody can cook gumbo, but everybody can't make good gumbo.
Right.
No.
Right.
But you can do
Does
it.
corn go in gumbo?
No.
No.
Okay.
So-
Trust that.
So, I
Clear
done
that
seen some
up.
stuff with gumbo. So
Yeah.
you have to try somebody, auntie or grandma,
Preferably
mama,
grandma.
Yes.
preferably
Yeah.
grandma with the fat hanging off.
With the-
Gumbo.
Uh-huh.
Let's do jambalaya.
Yes.
Yes.
But your jambalaya gotta be made a certain way for
Yes,
it to even
right.
look right.
And for
Like,
me, crawfish pasta.
Crawfish.
Because you gotta have the best crawfish pasta that comes from your family.
Yeah.
crawfish
That's-
etouffee.
Some good
Etouffee.
dirty rice crawfish.
Everybody can't make
shrimp
etouffee.
etouffee.
Can't make
Shrimp.
etouffee.
Everybody can't make
Everybody
it
can't
now.
make
Even
etouffee.
some
When
of
your
these
etouffee
restaurants.
looks like it's clumped together and it's just
It's-
looks.
And it has to be a certain color.
You know how like the gravy
It gotta be
on
a certain
Right.
color.
Gotta be
the
right.
Popeyes gravy when
Right.
it's all clumped together
Right.
and if your etouffee look like that,
No.
it's a no.
There's some famous chicken stew. Chicken, we just talking
Stew
about
chicken,
that.
yeah.
Stew chicken.
Stew
See,
chicken.
that's that southern creole.
Dirty rice.
So how y'all feel
Yeah,
about
yeah.
dirty rice? How y'all feel about stuffed bell peppers?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But see, I
Like
eat
bell
seafood
pepper.
stuffed bell peppers.
Alright.
I
Well,
know
see,
we
now
eat dirty
Everybody,
rice.
everybody do it different.
Everybody
Yeah.
can't do stuffed bell peppers either.
That's true.
I've been
Because
real
seafood stuffed bell
disappointed.
pepper,
sometimes.
yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, you
it
have to
tastes
eat
more just
seafood.
like a meatball
And of
inside
course-
stuffed bell pepper.
Crawfish.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta
But you gotta get it in season. You
Got it.
gotta get it in
Gotta
season.
And
get
our
it.
crawfish does not come in flavors. The flavor is the flavor that was
First
in
of
the
all,
pot.
you do not season the outside of the shell on the
Speak
crawfish.
on it, brother.
That
Speak
is
on
not
it.
how you make crawfish.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Doesn't work like that.
No,
Indeed.
like.
Doesn't work like
Right,
that.
it's not chicken wings where you toss it in some sauce.
Yeah, but they come up to you. Like, I went to Florida and I went to,
Crab Shack does.
yeah, I went to Hot and
Joe
Juicy
Crab
and she
Shack.
was like, what flavor do you want? I was like, the flavor was boiled then. She was like, oh no, we add flavors. What? No.
I don't want no lemon
no,
pepper
good.
So I have to,
Yeah.
I have to scrape the season off the shell.
Yeah, you
Well,
shouldn't.
Yeah.
The water is
I don't
seasoned
want
down
buffalo
there and you
crust
boil it.
seasoning.
And nobody
Barbecue
gets,
crawfish.
yeah, nobody gets to
Nobody-
pick. You
no.
you just,
I don't want a
So,
lemon
no
pepper
problem.
dry rub on my crawfish.
No.
and crawfish should not be $10 a pound. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
We're gonna fight
They should not.
for $10 a pound.
$10 a pound.
The
That's how much
most
it is
I
in Florida.
paid in the beginning of the crawfish season this year was $7 a pound. But it was worth every bit of them $7. I wanted them.
They
I
actually-
wanted them.
They actually have an app called the Crawfish app. If you come into the city when it's crawfish season, you can download that. It gives you all the information for all the local restaurants and
Yes.
the price per pound and phone numbers and directions. So yeah, remember
I need to
that.
download that.
Right?
Yeah.
That's it. And ratings.
And ratings.
Yeah,
And
because
ratings.
I'm gonna have to put that on the
Contract
screen
people
because I
leave.
didn't even know about this
Yeah.
app. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
It's not always the
Case
best
is
crawfish.
definitely not always
Not
the
always
best.
the best. They're good, but there's so many other people who have
Now,
better
Reed had
crawfish.
the title for a minute, but then they started being racial. So they just messed it up for themselves. So,
Bunch
You
of-
definitely have to, I say you have to try hot sausage patty because I realized that I guess I knew it was a New Orleans thing, but I guess I didn't really realize how much when I went to Florida. I was like, can I get a hot sausage? And it was like, oh, the
Yeah,
regular sausage?
yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's
The hot
not.
sausage patty really is a New Orleans
It
classic.
is.
And you gotta get it dressed,
Yeah.
which
gotta get a dress with a bag of Lay's, yellow, preferably,
and a big shot
and a big shot.
with some
Pineapple
cheese.
big-
Pineapple,
Pineapple
preferably.
big shot. What's that? That
Pineapple.
watermelon, the green one.
Yeah, the watermelon.
Green watermelon.
Please don't forget the big shot.
Yeah.
Don't get the big shot.
Big shot.
Like,
Yes,
Yes, that's the
yeah.
name of the drink. Big shot with the guy that knows cigarette poking out.
You
Oh,
see,
yeah.
I'd rather a hot sausage on bun versus a hot sausage on French.
Yeah, I don't do hot
I'd
sausage on
rather-
French.
I'd rather-
I do
No,
it
yeah,
on-
it gets a little messy.
You know what? That's
Yeah.
more of an older aunt, grandmother type of thing, but she ran to the store to go get
Yeah, I
it.
need it on bun.
And you
dress.
gotta get a po' boy down here, like, cause po' boys everywhere else, like, no.
Trash.
First of all, they don't even do the bread right, so let's start there.
Let's start there. I'm constantly having to defend and explain to everybody what your poor boy or whatever your Subway sandwich is.
Right.
Not the same.
Not the
It's
same.
not.
A lot of people, water bread is like this. Typically, wherever you go in the city, we use the same bread throughout the city. So you gon' that's the culture here. That's what it is. Get into the culture, baby. You got it. You got to eat your
Right.
poor boy.
You gotta get the right pork.
Yeah, like that's something I didn't notice how I left here, but then when I was like, oh, can I get a po' boy? And it came with this extra hard bread, and it was just no, like no. No.
It's gotta be right.
Eating on soft rocks.
Yeah, no. You gotta do it right, and then you gotta have enough meat on the po' boy.
Yeah,
Like,
you
Yes.
cannot be skimping with the meat.
It's
No.
gotta be falling off.
you will actually probably cause a riot here if you tried to do po' boys with just a little bit of meat. Like,
You gotta
Especially
have the shrimp.
po' boy.
Yeah,
Yes.
the shrimp.
Shrimp
It's
po'
gotta be
boy.
overflowing.
I had a shrimp po' boy with 5 shrimps on it.
Nah,
out of
see?
town, and I wanted to fight.
It's gotta
exactly.
No,
overflow.
it has to be over.
I
hope
When
you
you
get
get
it
it
here,
sent
it's
back.
gonna be dripping.
Right.
As soon as you touch it, the shrimp is
It's
just
gotta
Yeah.
overflow.
it's oozing out of.
you have to close the to-go
Right, you
container
have
with
to,
the
like,
tape.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
just,
Mm.
if you could close it automatically, nah, send it
I want it
back.
to be falling out. I want
Yes.
when I'm done with the sandwich, I want to save all the little shrimp that
There
just
you
fell
go.
out.
After the fact, with the seasoning on it. So
And don't put no
season
special
it.
sauces on the po' boy. Like, I don't know why y'all try to put horseradish on there.
Oh,
Well,
Yes,
Oh,
like,
spicy
you want to put
mayo.
horseradish? Nah.
All you need is hot sauce on the shrimp. That's
Yeah.
just limit.
And then of course you gotta get the hurricanes, get the drinks because you gotta try that, and then a daiquiri.
Of course.
Gotta
Yeah.
try daiquiri.
Like,
Yeah. But you know what? Daiquiris and cream I've been leaning more towards them than New Orleans original daiquiri. Daiquiris and cream and Gentilly been popping. Their daiquiris really get
The
you
one
messed
on,
up.
the one on Leisure Field.
Yeah. Daiquiris and
Google
cream
Maps
really.
up here.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. And see, I'm
at
more
first there used to be a little
original,
water. There used to be a little water.
I ain't lying.
When they first, and I was kinda
Daiquiris and
disappointed.
cream been
What?
really stepping up.
If he's saying it,
So what's your
then
favorite
I gotta
daiquiri?
go back
Favorite
over
daiquiri
there.
good?
From daiquiris and cream, my favorite is the liquid marijuana. There's no weed in it, of course, but it is good. It comes
Nice
clean,
disclaimer,
but
'cause-
it is so good. But if I'm at New Orleans original, I just get the house.
Nah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a flavor guy, so I like to get the electric lemonade when they want to make it. Daiquiri shot. But I like to get that, or get the
you felt
household.
that? Yeah, right.
And another popular drink, popular daiquiri that everybody and their mama always get. They've been getting it since the 90s. You have to try the Victoria's Secret.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
if I go
house
to
to-
New Orleans
house to
original,
put
my
you
favorite
over.
is the house, but I just got on the MFO.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
yeah, one
yeah,
MFO
yeah.
is good. I'm good.
Ooh.
All right, so and then last but not least, y'all gotta try beignets. But
Yeah.
if y'all want to stand in that long ass line for Cafe Du Monde downtown, more than welcome. But it's also in the mall, so you can just hop right on over the bridge.
There's other
Like-
locations.
And it's open
Yeah.
24 hours, so you can catch
24
it
hours
at
a day.
any time
Yeah,
of the day.
but standing in that line, it's too hot in New Orleans to be standing in some line outside. I'm sorry, I can't do it. All right, so now that we listed the places or the foods that we like to eat down here, what are the best places to eat? And so I'm gonna give y'all the categories that y'all have to put them into. So pay attention, pop quiz. Just kidding. The upscale restaurants, the mom and pop, which we eat in corner stores down here. Late night places that you can get because this is especially for this lady. I don't remember her name, but she posted that she was hungry and she couldn't find nothing that night to eat. So this is for you. And then the brunch spots, which them two, I know for a fact them two
Ooh.
right here. Like that is them.
I'm gonna start with the upscale. You said.
Yeah.
For me, upscale is Doris Metropolitan, right on Charters and Royal Street in the French Quarter. It's a steakhouse. One of the best steaks I've ever tasted in my life. Like the steaks are so good, I had to order again and pay another $45 for a steak.
Oh, you
That's
got
how good
money.
it was.
Right.
That's how good it was.
Yeah,
but
man,
it's
right.
so tender because you don't need steak sauce. It's well seasoned, and this is the first steak restaurant I've been to that you really don't need steak sauce. That you could just eat it in its
Yeah,
natural
yeah.
essence.
That says a lot.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then it comes with a side of a root puree, which is like a whipped sweet potato, but it's so good, delicious.
Okay.
Doris Metropolitan, check them out.
Hell, he got me wanting to go there.
Right? Like.
We try to
He
go
posted
there.
it, I wanted to go there. I said, so what is that?
Okay,
Look it
so
up.
definitely go there. All right.
Doris Metropolitan.
All right, what else should I got?
So, what is the next one? Mom and Pop?
Yeah.
For me, it either has to be Mad Chef or Parleys. I love those two.
I haven't been to parties yet. I've been wanting to try. I've seen a lot of people post
Now,
parties.
Parleys, I love them to death. But you have to order your food a little early.
Yeah,
Get
that
that
wait.
wait time is
Yeah.
serious.
What type of food is it?
It's New Orleans. It's
Okay.
it's
Yeah,
everything
it's New
New
Orleans.
Orleans Creole. You get your red beans, fried fish, your gumbo.
All
You
of
get everything there.
What you got?
Mom and pop spots.
Like I said, Willie Mays.
Willie Mays.
Guys, I'll tell you about Willie Mays real quick. Get there early. I don't mean like y'all saying how early, baby, like 8, 9, 10 o'clock. About.
But like she was saying, we do a lot of corner stores, so I'm hitting up a lot of mom and pop corner stores. It's places that I'm comfortable going with. I don't know if I necessarily tell y'all to go. But to answer the question for the lady, you said if she goes on NOLA.com, they've been putting out lists lately of places that stay open late to eat, late night eats, and they've been putting out stuff that I didn't even know that stay
Daisy
open late.
Dukes is the best late night place. When I'm leaving the club 3-4 in the morning, I'm on Uber Eats ordering Daisy Dukes before I make it home.
And then look, if you
and they have the full menu open.
And if you're staying downtown, that's even perfect because you can either take one of those little cab bikes and ride over there to Daisy Dukes, or if you're not too far, you can either walk, take a cab, or whatever. Take the streetcar,
Uber
still
Eats,
running.
let them come to
Right,
Uber
but
Eats.
if you go sit in there with a group of people, just remember they do not split the check.
Don't
be surprised.
They do not split the check.
But yeah, definitely Daisy Dukes. Yeah,
Daisy Dukes is my spot. I mean, you can get their brunch menu, you can get their dinner menu, their late night menu is really good. I get the wings with the pancakes. It don't match, but it's good.
So what's your mom and pop shops?
I just discovered Cleo's too. That's like Greek and like Arabish kind of food. So
We're
they
coming down here to eat Greek.
Man, every night coming from downtown, a chicken shawarma. Yeah.
I do like a good chicken shawarma.
This nigga took a drastic turn. He like Greek food.
I do like a good chicken shawarma with that tzatziki sauce. Yeah.
Man, okay, what's the mom and pop New Orleans spots? I know you said Wags earlier.
Shout out to Wags in the West
Shout out
Bank.
to Wags. Now, Wags is a little ways. But I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all been having rentals in the city lately. So just drive
Go to
on
Wags,
down the
go for
road.
breakfast, get that
Another
shrimp
20
and
minutes.
grits.
You can have
Shrimp and grits.
they got Captain Sal's. You got
Captain
under the
Sal's.
bridge right there.
They got Mothers.
Mothers.
The Mothers.
Overrated.
I said it out loud. Overrated.
I mean, because people gonna go to it anyway. So,
Overrated.
What y'all feeling on Neo's?
Overrated. I like
No,
Neo's.
Neo's.
Yeah, I like Neo's. Neo's cornbread dressing.
Now that
is good.
cornbread
Their
dressing.
red beans and rice is good in mac and
The
cheese.
wait be so long.
Yes, you gotta get there early for
And they
The wait
oysters.
is long.
A lot of people go for the oysters.
Okay, so the Charbel oysters, where's the best place to get those at?
I would say Neo's and probably Acme's.
Acme, yeah. What else? Like you were saying earlier, you can catch somebody on the side of the road, a little oyster man.
Because
sauce
those
them
are
up,
the
or
great.
oyster
Yeah,
man,
those are
or
great. If
short
you catch
roll.
them outside the hangover bar at 2-3 in the morning,
And
yeah,
I like
oyster man pop.
Oceana seafood and grill. I like their oysters.
now Oceana has great gumbo too.
They do.
Oceana has great gumbo.
Everybody-
And that's something to say. When we say somebody has great gumbo,
Yeah.
like I think everybody in New Orleans is super picky about gumbo. I hate the people that be like, "Oh, I got people in there from New Orleans. You should try my gumbo." I'm not trying it. I'm good. I'm a pass. That's something to say if somebody has good
I
gumbo.
can tell you what, the little corner store on Broad and Banks.
Broad and Banks.
Broad and Bank seafood.
Boy, that damn gumbo.
Broad and
be
Bank
off-
seafood.
It be really
I
good.
ain't gonna lie,
I've been
everything from
impressed.
Broad and Banks is pretty good
Yeah,
too.
it's pretty good.
All right, so let's stick to the French Quarter only. As far as for the people who won't have transportation or
To go
they
to the
want
good
to.
spots.
Okay.
Yeah, what are the good spots down there?
Nah,
A tiki bar and grill is. I like a tiki bar's food.
Top.
They're Greek, but their food is Greek Americanized, so their
Right,
food is
right,
really
right.
good. If I'm in Willie's Chicken. Next
Willie's Chicken,
Willie's Chicken.
They felt that when they experienced like something him, he was like, yeah.
Let me tell you how serious it is. They have 7 locations and they all within the French Quarter.
Yes.
That's how serious it is.
I get the Cajun chicken tenders
With the
with the
fries.
Willie sauce and the buttery biscuit.
And the fries.
Feeling Eastman?
Yes. I ordered it last night on Uber Eats. I ordered it last night.
You forgot my biscuit. What?
Yeah, I need that
Nah,
biscuit
you
and that Willie sauce.
Now what about Mr. Ed?
Mr.
Mr.
Ed.
Ed.
I like
Mr.
Mr.
Ed.
I like Mr. Ed. He cool.
Because they'll toss up. More so if they're busy, go.
And you know
If
what?
they're not really busy, don't go.
Yeah, the pizza stop too.
Yeah, and the pizza.
Oh,
stop.
yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that spots is a really packed
It's a
spot.
hangout spot.
It's
Y'all
a hangout
name
spot,
chicken and
but the
pizza.
is
What
really
New
good.
Orleans spots can they come get?
But
If
that's
those
exactly
are New
what-
Orleans.
yeah, that's the
Or when
Orleans
they want New Orleans food.
They have other stuff on the menu.
Yeah, they got other
Now this
stuff,
is a New Orleans
but we
slash
call
a
it the
late
pizza
night
stop
spot.
because
Okay.
Right.
when we used to leave the club late night, that spot
That
was
spot was
open.
open.
It had
So it's
pizza.
really a bar and grill,
Yes,
but
right.
we just go.
We
for
call it
wings.
the pizza stop.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we know it as that. But Willie's Chicken is really a New Orleans born and bred.
Right.
Like,
But
they
y'all
have red
pause.
beans on
Y'all
the
saw
menu.
had jumped on me when I said New Orleans. They all was like, no, it is.
Yeah.
Security.
Tiki, they keep telling y'all to go to.
It's right
Next
there.
up, so you can hit 2 spots.
Also, a lot of y'all smoke the hookahs.
Smoke the hookahs.
Fascinating hookah spot as well. The vibe is
it's very chill.
Very
It's
chill.
very chill.
It's there. The food
All right.
is good.
So if they had to pick one place and they only had time for one place, what's the place they have to go to?
Restaurant?
Yeah.
For me, I'm saying hit up Oceanic. That's why I take all my guests when they come in.
Yeah, I can say Oceanic.
And we might hit Neo's because a lot of people hear about it and they want
I
to go.
usually just throw
Neo's.
I haven't been to Morrow's yet, but I see the popularity has grown, so that's another place I need to add to the list. I'm taking people to.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's the place y'all would take people to. Where's the one place y'all would go? Like if you had to have your last meal from New Orleans.
Doors
y'all-
Metropolitan. I'm going
All
to
right.
pay them
You want to be
$50.
honest? My auntie house over there in the east.
If you had to go to a restaurant, we all know.
I mean,
the family house.
Yeah,
It's so many restaurants and
It's
everybody
so
got
many
different
I
aspects.
would-
But if you had to pick last meal, you on
I live here and I have a bucket list of places I still have yet to get to.
No, places you've been. Where's
Oh.
I'm going to go to Neo's.
I'm definitely going to Neo's.
Yeah,
Because the
that's,
cornbread dressing, I get the chugger, oysters,
I like the Bayou pasta.
the bite pasta.
Did y'all all agree on one place?
Oh, and they have carrot souffle. If you know what that is, it's almost like sweet potato, but it's just carrot. But it's
Yeah.
got that sweet potato taste to it.
Delicious.
They got that.
And
yeah.
bread pudding is a thing. I know my
Yes,
friend
it
was
is.
like, we don't eat bread pudding. I'm like, she was like, she didn't know what it was. She didn't know it was a southern thing. But I eat bread pudding.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, but
every-
brunch spot,
Yeah.
for me, it would have to be Basin Seafood on Magazine Street. Their brunch is really good. Bottomless mimosas. They got the crawfish and egg Benedict. They have the crab meat Benedict is really good. And then there's Stanley's. Stanley's in Jackson Square is really good too.
Okay.
Stanley's brunch is really good. They don't do bottomless mimosas, but their brunch is really
See,
good.
that's always my first question. Do they have bottomless mimosas or I'm not coming?
Yes.
All right,
that's
so
like the basic.
what are the food places to avoid? Like, don't even waste your time. And I'm gonna start this off by saying New Orleans Hamburger and Seafood Company or whatever.
Oh
it is.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody
You
said,
can
one of my
avoid that.
friends was like, oh, somebody told me that's really good. I'm like, who lied to you, sis? Cause
I'm gonna tell you.
no.
What's your boy them? That dog who be on the corners.
Lucky Dog.
Lucky Dog. You can avoid Lucky Dog.
Avoid Lucky
With
Don't
Dog.
those
go to
eyes
Lucky
so
Dog.
You want,
good.
but I hope you can luckily get to a bathroom.
They were like $3 for
Don't go to Lucky Dog.
He didn't have to finish the sentence. I knew what he was talking about. Lucky
Yeah.
Dog.
Dude, don't go to Lucky Dog. No, you're gonna see him on every corner, especially on Bourbon
Even in the
Street.
casino.
Yes, do
No.
not go to Lucky Dog.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm not a fan of Denny's. This is not.
Oh, I'm not
Oh,
a
yeah,
fan
you
of
can
these
throw
at
them.
all. Their
Yeah.
seafood is
You
watered
can let them
down.
alone.
Yeah,
To
I'm
me,
not
it's very
a fan of
touristy. It's bland.
Never,
Very,
never,
very bland.
Never been impressed.
Nah, I'm done with Dini's.
Done.
Mm-mm.
What's some other tourist trap places?
St. Rock Martin?
Yeah, St. Rock Marketplace.
St. Rock
They've
Market.
been okay.
What's that
They
place
like,
with the tacos I went?
Oh, Rum House?
Yeah, tacos nasty. They're trash. I don't
You didn't
know.
like it?
you know what? I
I
haven't
like
been
it.
to-
They
I haven't been
behind
to
Rum
Rum
House
House.
is really good
Yeah.
though.
I haven't been to Rum House ever, even
Their
for Taco
drinks are
Tuesday,
good.
I gotta
because
get
I
close to
always,
y'all on this
because I
one.
always work. But I've been
Rum
getting
House
reviews.
is trash. All right, it's trash. I don't care what y'all say. The tacos are trash.
Unless you
Don't
get
even
the
waste your
oyster
time.
tacos or the shrimp tacos.
They trash.
Alright, but for me, I like the tacos. I go for Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
But it's a mix between Caribbean and Creole, and I think that's what messes a lot of people up.
That's what messes it up.
It's a mix between trash and trash.
But I go to tacos and beer for Taco Tuesday. Tacos and beers.
I always have to work on Tuesdays.
Yeah,
I
right.
would never enjoy tacos.
Honestly, I think the places in the Riverwalk are trash too. I've eaten there before. They overpriced trash.
Touristy.
They
Yeah,
trash.
very-
Alright. So, any other tips that y'all would give, and just about anything in general, about if they come into New Orleans, something that they need to know or do, something they need to bring, something places they need to go avoid, anything.
One thing to avoid, if you're walking downtown or in the quarters and somebody stops you and says, I bet I can tell where you got your shoes from, just keep walking. Don't even stop and answer the
walking.
question. Just keep walking.
Only keep a good 60 to 100 in your ID. Nothing else.
Nothing else.
Keep everything out, especially you women that love to carry out purse for some magical reason. I don't know why. Just
And
$100.
travel in groups of threes or fours.
Please.
Please.
And
Travel in groups of threes.
preferably
or fours.
somebody that's actually from New Orleans. Not
Pay attention to your Ubers. Take your Ubers. You know, take Uber Black preferably. That's what I would choose, Uber Black, because you're safer. They're gonna get you there. You don't have to worry about any kind of BS with your Uber driver. Take Uber Blacks and just kind of stay in the city vicinity. Stay downtown.
Right, I was about to say that. Try to stay on well-lit main streets.
Pay attention to your surroundings.
Yes.
So basically, safety.
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 Because you get a lot of people that come and they say, "Oh, is it safe for me to walk in the quarter? Is it safe for me to walk on Bourbon?" And I'm like, "Well, why did you come if you now you're here and
Know when to leave Bourbon.
Yeah.
Know when to leave Bourbon.
Yeah.
Know when to leave Bourbon. Don't walk all the way down to the end of Bourbon. Stay in the middle of Bourbon or towards the beginning. There's still because after a while, a couple blocks, Bourbon starts to repeat itself.
Yeah.
Right,
You're gonna see
right.
the same styles of bars in the next couple blocks. So stay in the middle towards the beginning to by Canal and maybe 6 blocks down. But just stay in that vicinity area. Don't travel all the way to the end to turn around and walk all the way back up. And stay in your groups.
And keep all your stuff in your front pockets.
Yeah, no back pockets.
In your back pockets.
I seen this girl.
And that's honestly travel tips for wherever you go. Like if I have a backpack, I always have it to the front, and I try to stick away from backpacks. But if I know I'm gonna be out from my hotel, then I have a backpack. So keep it towards your front. That way, if anything happens, somebody has to reach towards you instead of behind you. Because pickpocketers, man, they know how to unzip, take out, and zip it back before you even notice, and you won't feel anything. So that's not just about New Orleans. But even though they're talking about travel tips, I want to say on the opposite end, like this still is a city that you can come and visit and have a good time.
Yes.
Don't be scared. Like I know people write full on essays about, I'm scared. I told people I was going to New Orleans and everybody was like, no, don't go, because this is not a city where you just automatically come down and get shot. And
Right.
we live here, we
You don't have to
eat,
be
sleep,
scared.
and breathe here.
You just have to be smart. When you're visiting, you just have to be smart. That's common sense no matter where you go, because there's crime all over.
Yeah.
So you just have to be smart no matter where you go.
And honestly, even if there was crime to happen, I want to point out that it might not even necessarily be New Orleans people that are committing the crime. This is a tourist center, so people would know I can come down here, make a good amount of money, and leave. So don't think that it's just our citizens that are coming, taking pickpocketing and everything like that. Not to just be like, oh, New Orleans is all rainbows and sunshines. It's not, but it still is a good city for you to come down
You
and
can
visit
have
or
a good
whatever.
time. You can have a good time.
And since y'all doing a lot of walking, please, comfortable shoes.
Yes.
Don't impress me with your Gucci. I appreciate it. But if
Speak
you're gonna
on
be
it.
walking 4 to 6 to 8 hours on these streets, comfortable shoes,
Slides on.
preferably.
So
sliders.
if I'm having
Slides,
company for the
Nikes.
weekend, especially like if I'm entertaining people and friends, I'm like, don't leave the heels for the club. If we're going down Bourbon, bring some comfortable walking shoes because your feet will be hurting.
And stepped on.
But something I can't say, I've traveled all over or whatever, but when I run into somebody and I tell them where I'm from and where I live, it makes me proud when they say, man, I was in New Orleans and I had some of the best hospitality.
Yes.
Everybody
Like-
smiled, everybody
Yes.
spoke to me, whether they were homeless, white, black. And I'm like, that's just that Southern hospitality. You're going to get that. If we feel like you're lost and we want to help you, we're going to try to help you out with directions.
Our Southern hospitality really shines through, and that's why, like, everywhere I move to, that's kind of what I'm still looking for, because our culture is something that, we were really strong. Like, we strong behind our football team, we strong behind our city. Like, you can't say nothing. To us, New Orleans is its own state, and even though we know, but, like, when you speak about Louisiana, you're just speaking about New Orleans. Like, everything else is irrelevant to us. They be like, oh, what about Baton Rouge? What about it? Like, and even when, like he was saying, like, I remember I was sitting down in Greece and I told people I was from New Orleans and they were like, oh my God, like, I mean, people that never even stepped foot in the States still know about New Orleans. Like, we're a city that has a strong culture and a strong presence all around the world. So definitely come and visit. I want to thank the guys for answering these questions and giving you a guide. And you can always comment on my social media, and I know them. They'll always be willing to help you out, because this dude runs like the New Orleans news reporter on his page, and they're always posting stuff about things to go out and do. So like, comment, and subscribe, and then make sure to follow everybody. Until next time.